All right, good morning, folks. So I'm going to make a few welterweight boxers in Time Sports Boxing Time. And then I'm going to make my own welter. So I have a bunch of lightweights made, middleweights, and heavyweights, but I have no welterweights made. So I'm going to start with a welterweight division. And we're going to use, so for those who don't know, this is the Time Sports. This is basically the author's choice or designer's choice, my favorite fast-paced version of the games. They all come with schedules, etc. But the boxing game in here, this version of boxing is very cool. Why? Because I have a creation paradigm for making boxers quickly for opponents, as opposed to creating your boxer. So in the beginning, you create your own boxer. You could use this to create every boxer in the universe, but I have a paradigm for creating boxers based on their tier. And what are the tiers? Well, the tiers are intros, journeymen, provers, contenders, and champions. So right now I'm going to make a couple of intro fighters because I'm going to create my own boxer. And so intros are either old pros or young bucks and are a good place for boxers to test their early career bouts. These should be 4 to 8 round bouts in general. Intros are one ACC table roll for the creation. So, very simple, we're going to create a boxer, but first, to do that, to create, and this will not be my boxer, this will be a universe boxer, we're going to use Dell's amazing Big Country name generator, and we're going to create a welterweight boxer for my universe. And I can kind of control 16, so his first name, 16, he is Willard, so this will be Willard. And this welterweight's last name, 46, will be Nelson. Willard Nelson. Does he sound like a intro boxer? Maybe, right? He will be considered an intro. Now, he can be young or old. It doesn't matter where he's at in his career, right? But he's an intro boxer. So now we have his name. He's a welterweight. All right, so now we come over here and we say, well, what is... he gets one ACC roll, right? So one ACC roll, it will be 25. So 25, he will be a B defender. Ooh, man. So this, he's born to be 2 boxer, TKO. So he's going to be a boxer, right? And we want to put all of these in order. Where's my order of stuff here? Boxer, shoot. By the way, he's Boxer D. I can't remember my order of my ratings, and that's something. Let's grab my order of my ratings. Try to keep them consistent. So he's a Boxer D. Slugger is a dash. He cannot slug, right? His defense, we already rolled it, is a B. So this instantly makes him, even for a prover, a tough. And then we got power. Desire, chin, TKO's a 4 because I rolled, he was a boxer, TKO 4, and then we have to roll his endurance separately. All right, so again, this is for those who don't know. Boxing Time has not changed in any of the versions. The game engine itself has not changed in any of the different versions. Big Country Boxing Time in this book. But what has changed is I've added different creation rules for opponents, right? So that's what we're using for this. So you might argue that this version of Boxing Time is more, up until the latest Big Country Boxing Time release, Big Country Time Sports release, this was probably a little more advanced, right? All right, so power, we know then the rest of his numbers, right? So we rolled him up, Boxer D, TKO 4, boom, boom. Endurance is 8. And now we know everything else is an F because those are the base, right? And again, you would say, geez, this guy stinks. Yeah, because he's an intro boxer. He can either be an old man, kind of washed up tomato can, or he can be a young buck trying to make it in the big leagues, right? So we now have a welterweight boxer ready to play against. And I'm going to create my boxer now. So we're going to go back to the intro rules. We're going to create my own boxer. I'm going to name him myself. All right, so let's create my own boxer. First of all, let's do that. let's get a name. So we got a welterweight here. This will be my boxer. Let's go James McCord. Welterweight, right? And this star means they're mine. So in those files, any boxer with a star means they're my boxers I created, and I'm playing in a career mode or whatever, right? Okay. So let's go ahead and find out what James McCord's going to be like as we get rolling here. All right, so first off, what is he? He is a 3. 3 is a slugger D, so that means boxer grade, slugger, defense, power, desire, chin, TKO, and endurance. And you might ask, why are they in this order? Although I can't remember off the top of my head why they were in this order. They're in this order because this is how they're used in the engine. So the first thing you'll be looking at when you set up your boxing matches is boxer slugger. Next, you'll be checking their defense against boxer slugger. Power comes up on the charts before desire does and before chin does. So these are actually written in the order they would show up as you play. So that's why they're written in this order, right? Okay. So I'm not going to write anything in pen because my boxer is subject to change. Technically, the new Big Country Time Sports boxing time rule, even your universe boxers can change now after every fight. So I shouldn't have written these in. So there's a new rule in the version 5 Big Country Boxing Time. Every time you fight boxers, you have to, each of them have to make a roll to see how they change between, and then so your boxers are basically, these career boxers are live. They're changing every fight. It makes a much more interesting dynamic to see a boxer either improve or get worse or stay the same. But after every single fight, your boxer can only change after every 4th fight. Okay. So I don't want to make any hard and fast decisions here pin-wise, right? So we know we're a 3. Let me write this down. So we are 3. We are a slugger D, and that's going to give us a defensive D. So we're a slugger D, defensive D right now. All right, our natural weight class, which is irrelevant because I'm making a welterweight, but our endurance is 8. So our endurance is 8 because you still need to roll because you need to know what your endurance is. So we're not great there. Okay, and then I make my career. This is my amateur career roll. I want to roll a 5 or a 6. No, 3. We were average. We get 3 ACC rolls, so we're going to get 3 ACC rolls. Our first roll, 62. Chin a B, baby. Hot damn. Chin B. Our second, these are the things that were developed as amateurs. 51. Desire C. Hot damn. I may make a champion here. And last but not least, 2. 22 is TKO 6. Oh, yep, I don't have a TKO. That is fantastic. So this is a pretty good looking boxer right now. Okay, so let's write down what we have. We got to write it in pencil because he'll be subject to change. So my boxing grade right now is dash. My slugger grade is D. My defense, I rolled a D. My endurance is an 8. My chin, B. My desire, a C. My TKO is 6. That's the big one. TKO is the most important probably of everything. And then my power would be an F because I did not roll the power. Technically, boxing could be an F too. You just have the lowest possible grade. All right, so we are ready now to actually fight. So we got basic. So this particular book, which again is now for sale again. I pulled it again thinking people were just didn't want anything to do with it, but a lot of interest. There's a basic boxer career in this book here. It tells you how it works. And then more importantly, a Parisian paradigm so you can roll up on the fly boxers in any tier. I could roll up on the fly a champion that I would be facing, right? Okay. So that is, let's go ahead and put a bookmark in here because we're going to be playing now. Okay, so let's bookmark that. All right, so my welters, we're going to have Willard Nelson. And again, in my game, you are always the red corner, giving you a slight advantage. So the player's boxer or the champion, if this was a championship fight, champions generally on this side. Okay, so I don't need this anymore as I rolled up his name. All right, so let's find out what we're going to do today in his debut fight. So this will be my fight, James McCord, debut, versus Nelson. And this will be a 4-round debut fight in the pros. Okay? All right, so my slugger... So very simple, right? We're going to look at my slugger. He is a boxer. So my slugger, so we're going to look at boxer slugger. My slugger is a D. His defense is a B. So we're going to be on D charts. So my bag grade, it's called bag, boxing action grade, is a D. His bag grade, he's a D versus my defensive D. So again, boxer slugger, his grade is a D. My defense is a D. He's going to be a C today, so he has the advantage there, right? So now we're done. We're set up. We're ready to play. All we got to do now is roll per round, baby. All right, so James McCord, in his debut, he had a pretty good amateur career as he earned 3 ACC rolls, which led to a good chin, a good TKO, and a good desire, right? So not too bad. Let's see how my welterweight does in the debut. Welterweight for debut, right? For McCord, it is 5:29.26. All right, here we go. First minute of action. We're looking at the boxing grade D. So we look at red corner first. That's one of the advantages. 5. We're going to score a 2-point round. So 2-point first minute. Nelson's 3 on C charts. He's going to score 1 point first minute. So we're winning by a point. 5, we're going to score 2. Well, we might score a TKO point right out of the gate. What does he do? 3, he's going to score 1. So we are winning this fight 4-2. Last segment for us, we're going to score 1. That won't be enough for a TKO point. He's going to score an event. His event, now very simple. We come back down here to look at his B grade. So he wants to roll a 5 or a 6. 2, he's going to score nothing on this event. So that's ring movement. He gets us into the corner, but we cover up. We're good to go. We're going to win that round 5-2. Very simple. Come over here. Rounds, whoever wins by points wins the round 10-9. So very simple. One judge, 10-9. So we're going to win that. So down here, judge 1, 10-9. All right, round 2. Here we go. And it's going to be 4 for us on D chart. It's going to be 1. Uh-oh, not ideal for him. 0. Hot dog. So we're outscoring Nelson in our debut. 5. We're going to get 2 more. So we're racking up points. 6. He's going to get another event on the C charts. And 3. He's going to score a point. So he moves us into the corner. Takes advantage of us in the corner. But we're still winning this fight. Oh no. We failed to score in the final minute. And he's going to fail to score. We're going to win this round 3-1. And we're up 20-18. We are winning this fight. Hot dog. Whoops, round 3, 2. We won a 0. 5 for him. He's going to score 2. Oh, he might win this round. We're going to get 0. Uh-oh, we're a little tired, obviously, as he's adjusted his game. 0. We need a 2. We need a 5 or a 6. No, we're going to score a point. He's going to win this round. And he's going to score, yep, so he's going to win this round 2-1. All of a sudden, it's close to being a draw, folks, if he wins the next round. So this is it, round 4. It's kind of fun. My games are designed to use a simple D6 for everything. I picked my black and white sepia tone die for today. Classic, kind of a classy old school die for an old school boxing game. Here we go. It's going to be 4 for us. That's a point on the D charts. Neither one of us fatigued, by the way. 1 for him is nothing, so we're winning. Come on, baby. We got to win our debut. 6. We're going to score an event. We're on the D charts. We need a 5 or a 6. Nope, we're going to get nothing. So we just move him into the ring corner, but we fail to score any punches as he covers up. And he's going to fight his way out of the corner, but he's not going to score any points. We're winning the final round 1-0. We're going to get another one. He needs 2 just to tie the final round. And 3, he's going to score 1. We're going to win the fight. 2-1, folks. We're going to win this 30. We're going to win this 39 to 37. Win by points, or of course, because there's only one judge, it's not a majority win or anything. It would be a win by points. Judge scores it. So we are going to be, so McCord 1-0, no KOs. And there it is. And now we start to add to our boxers. Remember, you can add these up to get an idea what their value is. So after that fight in the new game, in Big Country Time Sports version 5, which has just been released, you would roll the ACC chart to see how he changes between fights. So now, because he's had a fight, he could change. So we'd roll on their ACC chart. 1, 3. He's going to go slug of C. Oh, so he actually improves. So Willard Nelson now becomes a C slugger. So he's learned something since our fight, and we can ignore this now. So all of a sudden, Willard Nelson is much more dangerous. So in this fight, he's improved. So Willard Nelson now might work up the ranks against me, or the next time I fight this guy, he's a tougher component. So again, it's very simple. A's are worth 5. B's are worth 4, so D is worth 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this guy is a 12, right? So his value, when you want to just glance at him and know what quality fighter he is, he's a 12. 26 is the highest you could have. My boxer, to give you an idea, he doesn't get anything for this. So this could be technically counted as a 1, as an F, but technically it means he cannot use the boxer table. Boxer versus boxer, so to speak, right? He could use slugger versus slugger or boxer versus slugger, but he can't use boxer versus boxer. So he would be a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. My boxer right now is a 12. So, and that was a pretty even fight, 39-37. They were both 12s. That's not counting. See, how bad was he? Getting up to a C improved him. So I beat him actually as a 9. He would have been a 9 when I beat him. So I beat Nelson as a 9-rated boxer. So I can put this here. He debuted as a 9. He's now a 12 thanks to that improvement between fights. So that's the new rule in the new Big Country Time Sports boxing time. Is every time you fight a boxer in the universe, you have to make one roll to see how they change. Your boxer cannot change until he finishes 4. So every 4 fights. So I have 3 more fights, and then I roll to see how he evolves. Right. There you have it, folks. So my boxer is 1-0. I would now make a few more intro-level boxers, make some journeyman boxers, make some provers, make some contenders, make the champion. And then I would have my welterweights built. So I'll probably pre-make all my welters based on tiers. Again, in here, they're not called tiers. In the new Big Country Time Sports book, they're called tiers. Tier 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. In here, they're called provers, intros, etc. So, like my playtest boxers that I created and used over the years, I have all my lightweights, middleweights, and heavyweights all jotted down. Now I will create welterweights and add them to my universe, and I will play McCord in a few fights. So there you have it, folks. That is Time Sports Boxing Time. I haven't shown this off much, the tweak to the rules there in this particular book. Again, this was kind of written as my favorite version of all the games, but they're the faster, simpler versions. The Big Country Time Sports book is still the book I would recommend for everybody, as it's just deeper, has more going on, and I think they're more satisfying long term. These are fun and fast, but I think the advanced games are a little more satisfying for folks. So, all right, so there you have it. That's Time Sports Boxing Time. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.